Why is it that some people set goals and actually follow through, while others start strong and then fall back into old patterns? For the longest time, I thought success was about motivation, that if I just had enough motivation, I'd finally take action. But then I realized something. Motivation fades. Willpower runs out. The real key to lasting change: identity.
If you don't believe you're the kind of person who takes action, you'll always struggle to follow through. But when you shift your identity, when you start seeing yourself differently, everything else changes with it. In today's episode, we're talking about how to go from a doubter to a doer by shifting your identity. Because once you change how you see yourself, you change how you show up in the world.
I want you to think about someone who is really consistent, someone who works out every day or writes every morning or always follows through on their commitments. They don't wake up every morning and say, "I wonder if I should do this today." They don't rely on motivation. They don't question it. Why? Because their actions are tied to their identity. A runner doesn't try to run. They are a runner. A writer doesn't hope to write. They are a writer. And this is the key. Your brain will always work to stay consistent with who you believe you are. If you see yourself as someone who procrastinates, guess what? You'll procrastinate. If you see yourself as someone who always starts but never finishes, that's what you'll do. But if you shift your identity, if you start seeing yourself as the kind of person who takes action, follows through, and shows up, you'll start acting like it. Not because of motivation, but because of who you believe you are. I remember the moment this clicked for me. I had spent years saying, I want to be a writer. But I never actually wrote. I wanted to, but every time I sat down, I doubted myself. I'd tell myself, I'm not really a writer. I'm just someone trying to write. But then one day, I asked myself a question that changed everything. What if I just decided to be a writer? What if I stopped waiting for permission and started acting like the person I wanted to become? So I made a small shift. Every morning, instead of thinking, I should write today, I started saying, I am a writer. Writers write. And something happened. It became easier. Because I wasn't forcing myself anymore, I was just living out my identity. And that's when I realized, your actions follow your identity. So how do you change your identity when you don't feel like the person you want to be yet? Step 1. Decide who you want to be. Instead of focusing on what you want to do, ask yourself, who is the kind of person who would already be doing this? Do you want to be someone who exercises consistently? Then start saying, I am someone who moves my body every day. Want to be someone who follows through on goals? Then start saying, I am someone who finishes what I start. Decide. Even before you believe it fully, your actions will follow. Step 2. Take small identity-confirming actions. Once you decide who you want to be, prove it to yourself with small actions. If you want to be a writer, write one sentence. If you want to be an entrepreneur, make one small business move today. If you want to be a confident speaker, practice saying one sentence out loud. Each time you take a small action, you're reinforcing your new identity, and over time, it becomes who you are. Step 3. Eliminate the old story. Most of us hold on to old stories about who we are. I'm just not disciplined. I always quit things. I'm not the kind of person who can succeed. You have to let go of those stories, because as long as you hold on to them, you'll keep proving them true. Start telling a new story. Start believing a new version of yourself. And soon enough, you become that person. Most people think success is about setting goals and forcing themselves to follow through. But the real secret? It's about identity. Once you shift how you see yourself, everything else follows. You don't try anymore. You just are. And here's the best part. You don't have to wait. You don't have to achieve some big milestone to start seeing yourself differently. You can decide today, right now, to become the person who takes action. And once you do, everything changes. So here's your challenge today. Write down one sentence that describes the person you're becoming. Not I want to be, but I am. I'm a person who takes action. I'm someone who follows through. I'm a person who doesn't wait for the perfect time. Say it, believe it, and then prove it to yourself with one small action today. Because you're not just someone who wants change, you're someone who makes it happen.
In the next episode, we're going to talk about something that will take your transformation to the next level: momentum. How to keep going, how to stay consistent, and how to make sure this isn't just another phase, but a real lasting change. But for now, step into your new identity and start acting like the person you're meant to be. I'll see you in the next episode. And remember, you don't need permission to become who you want to be. You just need to decide